Yeah, dude. Just literally pull them both and just stand outside. That music is so loud.
Yeah, you can do it already.
It's holiday music is loud.
Yeah.
Can you hit dismiss? I can dismiss.
Okay, so you just gotta hold on.
Can you put it down just a
Yep.
smidge? A little more of me, a little less of the ceiling. There we go. That's good. It's not my most flattering spot. But
Oh, you're fine.
hello from Wisconsin. Well, hello from Minnesota. Hi, Rebecca. It's probably the same weather. We're having to die for weather right now. Yeah. Oh, I guess you can see the weather's great. I actually have shorts on. Hi, Ginger. Oh, Kristen, I'm so glad. Yeah, it's funny. I'll tell everybody how to do that. That is a great trick for shoes. Hair dye dried into it for 2 days. Come on. Oh, Naples. Oh, but the weather's amazing. Okay, so we'll start with, first of all, we're going to start with all of you who said happy birthday. That was crazy nice. Thank you so much. I did have a great birthday. It was very low key. I went out in the afternoon. I drank Diet Coke all day and sat on my deck because it was that warm. It was in the 60s. I sat on my deck. I drank Diet Coke. I went out for a little while. Last night we just ordered in dinner. It was perfect, perfect, perfect. So thank you. So we'll start there. So we're going to start with Kristen's Nikes. I told her how to wash them. Thanks. I told her how to wash them, and um, the trick is, so I, can you? She can come in. She just needs. So the trick to washing the Nikes is, you put them in a mesh bag, even if they have a little bit of suede on them. You put them in a mesh bag, and then you just wash them like normal. Pull the laces, and then put them in a bag, and just wash them like normal, and you're good to go. So there's that one. Hair dye on that's dried on towels. Usually hair dye will come out with oxygen bleach. I would put the towels in the laundry sink. I'd add 2 or 3 tablespoons of oxygen bleach, really hot water, and I'd let it sit. Usually it'll come out. If it doesn't, you can do the trick with the little bit of oily soap and sprinkle the oxygen bleach on it, let it sit and run hot water through it, but it will come out. Thanks, Ginger. Hello, uh, Hola, Joe. So I have some questions from last week, but if you have questions, I mean, ask away. The first one is, my grandson got a pink sweatshirt. Love pink. I have a great pink sweater. And he washed it with other colors, and the color bled onto it. What can I do? Great thing about sweatshirts is they're easy to wash, right? They're meant to be washable. So the best thing about it is, you're welcome, Lynn. The best thing about it is you can use Carbona Color Run Remover. Now, the funny thing to remember about Color Run Remover is do not buy it online. Well, I'm not going to say that. Do not buy it at the big place that you buy everything online. Believe it or not, it is counterfeited. So if you're going to buy it from, like, I know they stock it at most Walmart stores. They stock it at, like, fabric stores. Buy it there, and you'll get the real deal. Follow the instructions, it'll come right out. The next question is, a food stain on white cashmere. I soaked it in oxygen bleach. Ooh. Cashmere is not safe. Remember, no wool, no silk, so no hair in oxygen bleach. Food stain, oily soap, put oily soap on it, let it rest, pour hot water straight through it, and that'll take it out, especially on a hair fiber. It'll come right out. How do I get mildew spots out of my cotton dish towels? How do I get sour mildew out of fleece doggy jacket? Oxygen bleach for the doggy jacket for sure, because remember, fleece is hydrophobic, oleophilic. It loves water. It hates oil. Or other way, it hates water. It loves oil. So it loves the oil from your dog, and that's what's giving it that. Mildew spots, honestly, I would use oxygen bleach for that too. I'd soak them a few minutes and toss them in the washer. Do I have a spot on me? I do. Okay. When I'm using the brush and bar, do I wet the fabric first? No, no, no. The best way to do it is wet the brush, run it across the bar, and then attack the stain. So wet the brush, run it across the bar, and then attack the stain. And leave the fabric dry. It tends to work better. I would, for the oxygen bleach, I would do a couple of tablespoons and soak it in the sink. You could do one in the wash and it probably will work, but just to be positive, I'd do a couple. Grimy hand towels. This kind of goes with what we were just talking about. People wash their hands on them. I assume it's hand oil. It probably is. It's probably like lotion and that sort of thing. The best thing to do is make sure you're washing them in warm. If you wash them in cold, you're just not going to get the result. Wash them in warm, use less detergent. I think you're using too much, and add a little oxygen bleach. Usually hand towels are grimy when they have too much detergent in them. If you're using soap flakes, even cut that back. Okay. My husband and I wear layers of wool. Think base layers. Okay, this is a great question because wool, it's a wonderful fabric. You can layer it up. It's warm. It's light. It's warm even when it's wet. So if you're running or jogging or biking or something, you can still wear wool. It's fantastic. But it gets stretched out of shape. It's not even so much that it needs to be washed. It just stretches out of shape. You can actually take a towel, a wet towel, throw it in the dryer for about 5 minutes, build up steam in the dryer, toss it in there for 1 or 2 minutes. Generally you don't put wool in the dryer, but you can safely do it for a minute or two and it'll be just fine. Yeah. So those are the questions we had from before. What questions do you have? We have several. So we had some. Reminder, next Thursday, we're not going to do this because it's Thanksgiving. I may go live sometime on Thursday just for kicks. Maybe you can while I'm fixing dinner. I thought I might just do it just to answer any sort of last minute questions. But, obviously you can message me and we're going to be gearing the store up for Friday. We open at 7. Isn't that insane? 7. We don't need to open at 7. But it's your chance to come buy soap and all kinds of fun treats. So what other questions do we have? No? All right, it might be a short week. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we just don't have as many questions. Okay, so with that being said, if you have questions after this show, here we go. Okay, tried the oxygen bleach with doggy fleece several times. Mildew smell hasn't come out. It's all lost. No. Okay. That's very strange. I'll tell you what will work. It's always my last resort because I don't like it because it's not green. Wash it with ammonia. It'll be safe for the dog because it actually will all rinse out. Wash it with about a half cup of ammonia. Ammonia will really break that down. If that doesn't do it, I'm afraid the fleece, it could be that you're smelling the dye. Sometimes dye has this off smell. And if that happens, there's nothing. But the oxygen or the ammonia should do it. We get blood in a cotton that's already been through the wash and dryer. Oh, yeah. So here's what you do. Mix up oxygen bleach kind of strong. Throw a tablespoon in a bowl of hot water and dip the stain in it. And let it sit. It'll turn color right in front of you, and then just wash it again. If that doesn't work, do your oily soap, but I think that's going to do it. Yeah. All right. So small week, but that's all good. I think everybody's kind of gearing up for Thanksgiving. Fun couple of tips. Remember, just when you take the napkins out, if they have stains on them, wash them with oxygen bleach before you even try to treat the stains, because very often that takes it out, and that's fun. Another fun trip that is not laundry related at all, but it's one of the tricks that I think you should remember when you're going into Thanksgiving. If you want to make something, just go buy it. It's funny. if you've gotten the download, if you haven't gotten the download, if you buy House Love or you pre-order House Love, you can get a download to get you through the holidays. And one of the tricks that's in the download is one of my very favorite tricks ever. And I'm actually going to tell you the whole story. But when I worked at Nordstrom, I had this wonderful customer. Her name was Donna Ekberg, and she was a small woman, and she had the personality of like a firecracker. She was just vibrant and fun and just full of life, and she was hysterical, and she had this laugh that would fill a room. And she always bought Christmas presents for her granddaughter, etc. Okay, Allison, I will get to it, and I'll get to mold in 1 second. Don't let me forget, though. But I want to tell the story about Donna Ekberg, because this is really funny. So she bought Christmas presents, and so I said, well, what are you doing for Christmas? She said, well, we open presents on Christmas Day, we go to the country club. But on Christmas Eve, we open presents, and I make lasagna. And she just seemed like this type of woman who would be an amazing cook. And I said, oh, do you have a great lasagna recipe? She said, I have the best lasagna recipe ever. And I said, oh, well, will you send it to me? She said, I can just tell it to you. I have this beautiful dish. It's a glass, like a Pyrex dish, and it drops into a silver base. So I can bring it right to the table, and it's really important. And I said, okay, I think in the book we said it was Le Creuset because this was too hard to explain. But so she had this beautiful Pyrex dish that dropped into it, and you've seen those, right? So anyway, and I said, oh, okay. And she said, it's very important because once you make it, you don't really have any way to take it out, and you want people to be able to serve themselves. And I said, okay. She said, then I get 3 Stouffer's lasagnas, and I put them in. I put the first 2 in, and I cut the other one into pieces to fit. Then I pour sauce over the top that I get at the store, and then cheese, and then I bake it. And everyone tells me I make the best lasagna. And I love this trick, right? So I tell her I love this trick. Then she says, my other trick is when I'm going to a party, I take my bowl, my serving bowl, to the deli, and I have them weigh it, and then they fill it. And then they weigh it again, and then they put plastic wrap over the top, and I take it to it. So it's like I made it. And so what's great about this story is when I buy something anywhere, it doesn't matter what it is, when I buy something and I take it and somebody says, oh my gosh, this is so good, I'm like, oh, I can't take credit. It's Donna Ekberg's recipe. So I'm giving you permission to use Donna Ekberg's recipe for anything you don't want to make. Don't want to make mashed potatoes? Get them at the deli. Don't want to make cranberry relish? Get it at the deli. And when somebody asks, you can tell them it's Donna Ekberg's recipe. And I think she would love that. I think she's looking down on me and she thinks it's hysterical. So, okay, back to the question. Mold out of grout. Dinah and I both have found if you mix oxygen bleach with oily soap, thanks, Rebecca. If you mix oxygen bleach with oily soap, you can apply it right to the grout and the oxygen bleach will lift it out. Yellowing out of an antique quilt, I would hand wash it in the tub with a little bit of oxygen bleach. I've done it. I've had great results with it. I've had great results with it. So, yeah. So, Rebecca, anyway, Donna Ekberg's recipe. And it's great because then you're not like, oh, I bought those baked beans in a can and added a strip of bacon on top. No, use Donna Ekberg's recipe. Just sounds so much better. And she would have loved it. She was a kind of a remarkable woman, and I loved her very, very much, and she was very, very funny. So, okay, we've got the questions. I think I got everybody. Was there anything I didn't answer? And Allison, you said you emailed the long one, so I'll get it and I'll answer it next time. All right. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching in the U.S. If you're not watching in the U.S., next week we're going to eat turkey. You can have turkey if you want, or you can have something else. You do you. But celebrate Thanksgiving along with us because it's just an excuse to get an extra meal. With that, oh gosh, happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for all of you so very much. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a good day. Bye.